All right, well, now that you do have your microbit ready to roll and have looked at it for the first time, let's have a look at the environment that we're going to utilize as part of our exercises. So let me first go in and go to the main page for the microbit. So this is the main page that contains all the information and links about the microbit. Feel free to browse around and have a look at other interesting features of the microbit, example projects, and so on. But one of the more interesting things for you right now is probably to have a look at the environment to start to get coding. And if we click on the link here that says Let's Code, it brings us to a new web page that shows you all the different capabilities that you can unlock with the microbit and the different ways of coding with it. So one is a block-based code editor, and that is the one that we're going to utilize this week. If you feel adventurous, you can go and you can try with a Python editor. We also have an ability, while we do our class live sessions, we will probably go and do the microbit classroom together so that we have an ability to simultaneously work on this code together. And then we have this link, and if we follow it, you can see I already tinkered around a little bit today. But this gives you a simple environment to code, and this is the one that you might want to bookmark somewhere, mycodemicrobit.org, and that is a nice environment for us to work in. You can see there are a ton of different projects available. What we're going to do in order to test if the microbit works just right now is to have a first look at coding in this environment. So let's go and give it a name. Let's say Hello World. I'm just going to say create. And this gives me the default coding environment that we have available. Again, it is block-based. So the nice thing about this is it is all drag and drop, and you can focus more on the logic that is behind writing computer programs, behind writing software, and you don't have so much of an overhead focusing on learning a programming language. If you feel adventurous, again, there is an ability to actually look at the code that is being produced. If you are interested, you can click at this and it will show you the code that is being produced as part of how our blocks look like. All right, so here we are at this first spot, and the interesting thing about the microbit is it has all the features, all the functionalities that you almost would expect from a smartphone, right? From the iPhone that you might have at home. Now, it is programmed in a similar way, and there are two main features. One is called onStart, and that is code, and those are commands in the end that are being executed once when we boot up our microbit. And then we have one that is called forever, and that is a loop, that is a sequence of commands that is being issued to the microbit over and over and over again, forever. On top of that, there are things that can happen out of the blue, so to speak. And that is something where, let's say you push a button. Rather than putting this into a forever loop, we have those things as input. So if you click on input, you see there is something here that is called on button A pressed. And this is called something that reacts to an external event, right? So somebody pushes a button, that's an event that happens. And so now based on this event, you would like to have something happen. So let's see how this somewhat could all work. Okay, so let's say under basic, you see all the different tools that are available to be utilized, right? And our microbit here is actually a simulation of the program that we are designing. So let's say on start, we just want a little heart icon because we love the microbit. As you can see over here on the left, our simulated microbit now actually shows us our little heart. We have now the first step done already. We programmed something. Now let's say in the beginning I want the heart, but then forever I would like to have a smiley. So much nicer. You can see again. Let's push stop. Now play. First the heart, then the smiley. That's all nice and dandy, but what about hitting these buttons? Apparently they do something. How about we move the heart down to the button? And now on start, we say the classic in programming, which is called Hello World. So now let's see what happens with our code. In our simulation to the left, it says Hello World. There's our smiley. And if we hit button A, we get our heart. So that is the first step to just having a program with the main functionality already at our disposal. Right? We show something forever, and if an event happens, we react to it and we do something. Again, this right now is just to get you all warmed up and get things started, making sure that everything works. Now, the way that the microbit operates is once we are done and our program does what we want it to do, we can save it here. That automatically downloads it as well. Now, if you have your microbit plugged in, you could also go over here and there is an option. Let me plug in my microbit. There should be an option that says pair device. Click on pair device and it'll tell you this is the microbit that is connected to it. Connect. Now the nice thing is you just click on download and your code is automatically downloaded to the microbit. And executed on the microbit. Now if you follow this tutorial and you do the same thing with your personal microbit, have it plugged into the USB port, paired, hit download, you should now see the little smiley face. And when you click on the heart, you click on button A, it should turn into the heart.